Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League team that I used. And the strategy behind this team was Pokemon that do well in the 2 shield, where you can just kind of like out shield and take switch and stuff like that. So basically, I already talked about how like Kanto Marowak is a great safe swap with 2 shields. Even against like water, you can just out Mud Slap and Bone Club. Steelix, again, as long as it's not Thunderfang is not resisted, being able to like Thunderfang and lower the defense with Psychic Fangs. And then Dusclops, as you can see just on the spam of this thing, 9996 just for shadow punches and only 12999 for ice punches. So you can just like out spam stuff. So I tried the strategy. It worked very well at the beginning, last couple. But yeah, let's take a look at it and see it in action. So Malamar on the lead. So kind of this is obviously a rougher one because they are dark, half dark. So foul play is going to come and be super effective. But here comes just the spam from my end, right? So I'm definitely going to get to 2 before they get to 2. And if they maybe like over farm, I'm going to get to 3 here, right? Because they probably just don't know how fast these are coming. So here comes the second one. And they let it go and over farm on their end, maybe trying to farm down, but not going to happen before I get to the next Shadow Punch. So there is your shield grab. And now almost got to the third, almost got to the fourth one. And they give up switch into a zoom roll. So I will just come in here and start Thunder Fanging down. It's going to be an Ice Beam. You'll live an Ice Beam. It is neutral because you are half rock, not half ground, half steel. So just going to lower their defense with Psychic Fangs and just try to Thunder Fang this as much as I can. Maybe burn a shield here and come out with some energy. Yeah. Gonna burn a shield here and come out with some energy. If they come back in with the Malamar, I'm throwing right away. They're not going to sideway me down. So, I mean, maybe they will, but not before I get a move off here. And they come in with Credilli. Oh, this poke so... Credilli is tough for the back line because you are weak to grass here, and Thunderfang is resisted. And I did 10 matches, maybe 9 matches with this team. And I think I saw Credilli like 6 times. This Pokemon is everywhere right now, and not surprising. And again, they go for the Rock Tomb even though it's resisted. Very very on par with what everyone else is doing. I do get the move off to take them out, and we'll take that out there with the Mud Slap. Okay, Dusclops into Blastoise. Again, if it's a super neutral matchup like this, you just play it out. And here is, you both have 3-turn fast moves, Hex versus Rollout, so there's nothing timing-wise you can really do. But it's just spam these Shadow Punches and watch the Hydro Cannons come back at you. So here comes the first Hydro Cannon. As you can see with just the bulk, and Blastoise just not hitting like the other Hydro Cannon users. You will live 2, and they're not going to roll out you down, so they will have to throw a third one. And they're not going to get to a third one before you get to another Shadow Punch here. So get to the Shadow Punch. This will take out or grab a shield. And this is sort of the... Damn Blastoise. Okay, 1 HP live. Unfortunately, I was just about to say, this is what you do. You just take switch or you grab a shield, and that's what you want to do. Togetic comes in, so I'll just get the Rock Slide off, try and grab a shield or chip. I maybe even prefer chip here, but I'll have Steelix to instant swap into after this. They do shield. And now it is a Swalot, which has a Mud Shot fast move, which is super effective. Sludge is resisted, and then it has Ice Beam, which is neutral. So I'll still probably respect Ice Beam, knowing that Togetic doesn't have anything to throw at this. And this is why these Pokemon are 2 shield beasts. So basically, the idea behind this team, especially with Dusclops on lead, being able to like spam so much, maybe grab shields and take so much damage, is basically have Dusclops lead, do that, try to like grab shields, try to win switch or whatever, and then just 2 shield Marowak or Steelix in the back. And these two have in the 2 shields or even like a 2v1 shield advantage. These 2 are beasts. And I'll bring that up and talk about that as this goes on here. They shield that. Dusclops versus Credilli, this is kind of where you want to see it. So it played out. Yeah, so like in the 2v2 shield, even energy, even shield scenario, Shadow Marowak has a 28 and 18 record with a 568 average. Like that is fantastic. And of course, if you go to the one shield advantage, 44, 2, and 1. And that's the concept. That's the idea behind this, right? So let's check Steelix out. I'm just going for the ice punches here, which are super effective. And do get to another one, so that's huge here. So Steelix, Shadow Steelix, Thunderfang, 2v2, even energy, even shields, 29 and 17 record with a 591 average. And again, when you put it in the 2v1, 41 and 6, so not as great, but still fantastic. And that's the thing. When a lot of people, when they team build and sim on PvPoke and stuff like that, they always sim in the one shield, even energy, one shield scenario. But that's not how a lot of these Pokemon work. Like Drapion, Shadow Drapion is the perfect example where it's ranked like 60 or something, 45, 60, somewhere in there. And it's like, yeah, you're never going to use Shadow Drapion in the one shield even energy scenario. That would be crazy. You use it as a save swap where you get energy advantage, or use it in the two shield scenario trying to outspam your opponent. So it's just like thinking about like the actual strengths of Pokemon. So I really like this team. Again, you could think about something better to help you with grass, especially with Credilli everywhere, right? Marowak had a lot of trouble. They eventually leg out here, but I was going to win this matchup once I flip switch anyways. Like these Pokemon, Marowak and Steelix, are fantastic, but Credilli is everywhere, so you might want to like try to switch one out for something else. But just same sort of concept, right? Just find two Pokemon that can just like be dominant in the 2 shield or 2v1 shield scenario. Weird lead here against Diggersby, because Diggersby is half normal, so double resist the ghost. On the other end, ground, weak to ice. They have their fast move of tackle, which I resist as a ghost, and then their Scorching Sands is neutral. So definitely just going to play this one out, hoping they don't lower my attack with these Scorching Sands. So here comes the second Scorching Sands, which I will live. And here comes another Ice Punch. May not take them out, because Diggersby is just as tanky, and this thing is not attack heavy and non-stab Ice Punch. I do get to the move just as they throw, so I think I'm probably going to go down here if it's a third Scorching Sands. It is. So now just Marowak just to get a little bit of energy advantage, which is great. Unfortunately met with the Jump Bluff. So going for the Rock Slide just to try and ship, and then we'll instant swap into Steelix here. And met with a Drapion. And again, you want to talk about 2 shield beast. Here comes super effective Aqua Tails from a Shadow on Shadow. So now I'm basically in trouble here, because I only have resisted fast charge moves. Psychic Fangs Crunch resisted. So they can just let that go. And I'm going to have to start shielding these Aqua Tails. I probably should have grabbed one shield here. I think I made a mistake, because I'm like, I'll just farm down, but they get another Aqua Tail off, and now I have to burn a shield. And I was like, if I probably just grabbed one shield, they would have wanted to get that off. So they probably would have shielded, and I could have grabbed one of their shields as opposed to letting Jump Bluff just have a 2 shield, especially against a Marowak. So I don't think I played this great. They threw Acrobatics here because they ended up having Aerial Ace Acrobatics, which I've seen a couple times now. I'm really surprised if you're running Jump Bluff that you don't want some coverage with the grass move, but this is not the first time that I've seen Aerial Ace Acrobatics combo here. So they'll Aerial Ace me out. And I'm like, at least they don't have a grass here, but unfortunately, does not matter too much. They try to catch, but it does not matter. I need to like bait and get to a move, but the Fairy Wind takes me out. So yeah, lots of grass. For a meta that doesn't have a lot of grass, I sure saw a lot of them. Oh, but thank goodness, here comes Claydol that I can just beat. Kidding. I don't hate Claydol that much. Someone made a joke. Claydol must have beat Dan up in school or something. I just keep ripping on it. Okay, so they make a catch on the Wiggly, which is resisted Shadow Punch, so nice catch. Their charm is resisted and my Thunder Fang is neutral. So I will be able to just take these. I mean, Icy Wind is neutral here. So it's not like it's in a fantastic matchup. But I did lower their defense. And now I'll have a crunch. So they're going to have to throw a move here on Claydol, or else I'm going to get a crunch off. And I maybe just one turn denied them there. So getting the super effective crunch off. Instant swapping here. Because why am I instant swapping? And why am I shielding? Shielding up a Scorching Sands. It is a Bastiodon in the back. So Marowak is obviously going to be able to just run through this back line now. Bastiodon, and then what's little left of Claydol here. So just going to chip this a bunch, force them to throw, knowing that I can live a bunch and really just put on some pressure on these. Like, if these Shadow Punches come so fast, it really puts a lot of pressure on. But now, speaking about no pressure, ground, double super effective, rock, resist, double, single resisted, piece of cake, another jump off. Yeah, so I'm just, that was the thought process that I was going to say before I got sidetracked by myself. In a meta that doesn't have a lot of grass, and this team that has vulnerability to grass in the back, I saw grass freaking constantly here, and they make another one nice catch because I won and threw like a noob that I called out constantly. So they make a nice catch there. And Thunderfang is resisted, and Psywave is... Thunderfang is super effective, Psywave is resisted, but Sparkling Aria is super effective and comes very, very, very quick. And unfortunately with Crunch, Psychic Fangs, these moves are just both non-stab and not good on Steelix. But yeah, so they get to another move here and I burn a second shield. And again, when you're burning 2 shield and you still have a grass to go against, this is not the situation you want to be in. So just going for the harder hitting Crunch, try to chip as much as I can here. And then try and like snipe. I should have just maybe just gone Shadow Punch here. They do end up shielding, but I'm just going to force them to throw some energy on this and then come back Steelix. But going down 2 shields so early is always a really tough one to come back from. So we'll see what happens here. So burning out the Switch Clock, and then we're going to come back in with Steelix. Energy Ball does land there. Getting off the Psychic Fangs. Trying to get this out of here. Really don't want Marowak to see this. And they go into Double Grass. Okay. Like, what am I... Are we for real here? Bringing out a team double weak to grass. And now we're seeing a double grass team. Wiggly lead. Tough lead. So I'm going to Marowak because you don't want to go into a Steel because they probably have an answer for Steel. Gastrodon immediately, right? And now we just flip switch. Easy here. So this is where the 2 shield beast comes out and they let the first move go. So this is a easiest flip ever. You don't want to come and Steel against a fairy because they have an answer for Steel if they're fairy. So I came into Marowak, which can be a 2 shield beast. And they let the first one go. So I will flip switch here, guaranteed. It will cost me 2 shields. Don't care. I got 1 back and just flip switch and it'll come out with energy. It's exactly how you want this matchup to play out. So flip switch. I'm guessing the Wiggly's going to come back in and then you're just going to have to 1 shield whatever's in the back. So get off a Bone Club here. This will do good chip. And here comes the Steelix and it is a Marowak in the back. So now just the spamminess of Dusclops, I'll be able to get to at least 1 Ice Punch to land. Like, to land is what I meant. Because even if they get a Bone Club off here, I think I could have got at least 1 move off. But I'm just going to throw the Shadow Punch to try and grab this last shield or chip them down here. I remember these guys messing it up. I believe they take me out here. But then I think they I think they thought that I had energy. So when I come in here, they instant swap. And I'm like, what are you doing? No. So now I have energy. So now I'll come out with a ton of energy to take them out here. So just taking the resisted charms, farming down, coming out with 2 crunches for the Marowak. Here's the first one. I don't think I only need 1 too. Yeah, I only need 1. to take it out. Swallow it. Yeah, we'll play this out, right? Mud Shot is neutral. I can resist the sludge. Ice Beam will chip. See if I shield an Ice Beam knowing they have to go to Ice Beam. Because if you know they have to go to Ice Beam, that's a lot more energy. Or just see how much it does first. I'm so tanky, I'm not surprised I let that go, but I may shield up one. Because baiting Sludge that is resisted on Ghost is kind of a weird play, which means you know they have to go to the Ice Beam, which means that's a lot of energy and a lot of damage to take. So yeah, there's the shield I use, knowing that that's the situation, right? See if I just try and farm down here. I do. So I lost the shield, but take switch, have energy. It is an Azumarill, and I have a bunch of energy, and they're not going to bubble me down. So they're going to have to throw, but not before I get probably 3 Shadow Punches off. The spam on this thing is ridiculous. There's a second one. Here comes a third one. This will put it in the yellow. And force them to throw. Why did I overfarm there and not CMP? I don't know why I did that. Oh, I know why. I wasn't paying attention. I remember this matchup because kids. And it's Credilli in the back. Come on. Like, again, not much you can do here. I'll try and ship with this. Grabbed one shield, but here comes a Grass Knot to take me out, and then Thunderfang is resisted. So yeah. At least you guys understand the idea of the team, having explained it, but man, this freaking Pokemon is everywhere right now. What is the best answer for Credilli? I think that's going to be, honestly, that's probably going to be my next team. A double Credilli Fred answer. Double weak to Raw. They're both weak to Fighters, so I'm guessing Primeape is probably one of the Pokemon that you need to use. What is the hardest meta answer to Credilli in this meta? Primeape, 134. Not surprising. Okay, so Primeape. Oh, and then it's not even close, eh? Primeape, Annihilate, and then the next closest is a Sandslash at 338. No wonder everyone's using this as a safe swap. Do I go double Fighter and then an answer to Fairy on the front? That's so risky. But I mean, how many did I see? What's the best answer for the, if I was to be stupid and go Primeape, Annihilate, what would be the, I need something bulky and that can deal with Fairy. So Fires, no. I need something, a bulky Steel. Why would they recommend more Peko as the first answer? Are you stupid? No offense, PB Poke, you're the best, but come on. Superior's here. Yeah, there's your best is like Magnezone down at number 9. I don't like that. Steels have taken a real beating, right? Because of how ground dominated this meta is. Like, Steels have almost disappeared from the, like, Ace Sandslash isn't even around anymore. What's the best Steel Pokemon? Corviknight was like overrated for a long time, and now it's down at 19. People don't use it. So then, yeah, Steelix is the top one here. Togedemaru, which I wouldn't use Togedemaru. I would just think, why would you use that when you have such a better answer, more Peko? And then we're down to like Bastiodon and Sandslash at 53 and 55. So yeah, Steels have, and no one uses Registeel at 83. There's not a lot of Steels right now, so no wonder some of these Pokemon where Steel would resist the rock and the grass on your Credilli there, but not a lot of useful ones. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but maybe I just do double Fighter with something to deal with the charm. I don't know. We'll see. Or at least have maybe like one Fighter, maybe like a Primeape, and then like 2 other strong Pokemon to be Credilli that are more bulky and more coverage. I'll probably do that instead. Anyways, that is it. Hope you had a good weekend. I'm liking these 1 videos per, again, it's gonna hurt my revenue, but I don't care about that too much. I need some like I need some mental break and physical break. So, and it's not even a break because I'm taking down 2 videos here, but doing like 5 plus shorts on my other channel, and so much editing. Again, you guys can just go check that out. If you want to look at videos I edit, I just, if you're interested, if you want to like an unbiased look at the Canadian election, I did a video on who is Pierre Poilievre and who is Mark Carney, because those are the two, basically one of them is going to be the prime minister at the end of April here. So if you want like a unbiased view that also shows how much editing I'm putting into these videos, go check those out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Hope you, and have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one.